the 3rd of January! That's the last time I did one of these! And I've been feeling bad for myself for too long! Time to get back on the pony! Gallop into the sunset! I don't know, something like that. Welcome back, my AUTOCONs, to another episode of Transformers Prime. I know, right? It's been forever. It's pretty neat to go into these episodes simply because if something comes up that I want to nitpick, then I totally can. It's fun. Not to mention it's kind of been a while since I've kind of done the last one, so sorry about that. Yeah, let's continue. Part 3 of Darkness Rising. So after our whole previous stuff, we continue our story with the evil thing that came back to, or we continue with the Autobots and humans totally joyriding and having fun. That's nice. But what about Ratchet? Well, turns out we will find out sooner than we think, since it's the very next scene.
Optimus. Oh, by the Allspark!
Surprise, motherfucker!
I needed that!
Good thing Optimus Prime stepped in. Huh? Seriously though, what would that little spider tool thingy even do anyway? Do you think it would use its little sharp needles to stab him or something? All I can picture is this. So recap, Dark Energon brought the little doodah to life, and speaking of Dark Energon, we have Megatron.
Lord Megatron.
I'm sorry. I'm so mature. Moving on. Turns out Megatron can now hear Unicron the Destroyer in his head. How wonderful. And if hearing voices wasn't weird enough, Megatron decided to go off on his own to accomplish a certain task, which we will get to see more later on. Starscream, however, is wanting to help and gets
denied.
So takes it upon himself to look out for Autobot activity and go on a killing spree. All in the name to try and please Megatron by defying his authority. Hey, he had good intentions by having bad ones. Moving on. Back to the Autobots. They come to the conclusion, which I mean completely figured out, that Megatron has found this very rare substance and is planning to rise an army of the undead, to which Optimus has an idea of where the fallen army reside.
To conquer this planet by raising an army of the undead.
Once the Autobots return home from bonding, Optimus and Ratchet take off to away from Megatron to stop his plan.
Okay, Chief, so, what's on the activities list?
RC decides that her and Bumblebee will go on patrol, leaving Bulkhead to take care of the Squish people, or by all means, Squishmen. Which is awkward to say, so starting now, not a thing. But hey, it was weird while it lasted. Speaking of Squishmen, Agent Fowler comes in to yell at Optimus, but has a little surprise instead.
Contact with civilians.
Which leaves him leaving in a huff. Meanwhile, Optimus Prime and Ratchet are locating the site with an interesting story to tell. It would seem late in the war, Autobots and Decepticons were hiding Energon spoils on other planets, Earth being one of many. And with this in mind, it seems that Optimus and Megatron's troops were not the first to arrive on Earth. So these random Cybertronians have fought and, well, kicked the bucket all over Energon, which, ironically, they would need to have to, well, be functionable.
And I fear Megatron's memory is as long as history.
Just pointing it out, Prime's look here is just... mwah, it's great. You think he just stares into space thinking about war sometimes? great, not this again. But anyway, we return to our sulky human who, over communications, very clever, said he left the Autobot base and it just so happens Soundwave and Starscream were listening in. Oh dear. And sent Laserbeak to go pick him up. You'd think that Agent Fowler would be a bit more careful since he knows how serious it is to keep the secrets of base. And well, probably been in the armed forces at some point. Probably know how to keep a freaking secret.
Hey, Big Bird. I'm flying here.
Oh man, I don't want to think about Big Bird being the one to chase you. He's Big Bird, and he freaks me out a little bit. Anyway, Laserbeak is bashing Fowler about, and Fowler is dodging Laserbeak and doing some top-notch flying and stealth. He even had a go at trying to shoot Laserbeak down. However, the inbuilt gun is either malfunctioning or out of bullets. And very unlucky for you. And Laserbeak crashes his ride and captures Fowler, but not before Fowler activates his SOS to contact the Autobot base. Where we get this.
Oh well.
Oh well! Oh well! Autobots make it their business to protect humans and living things and whatnot. Dude, you're freaking dark. That's dark for an Autobot.
Fowler's a jerk.
Yala, you know, I see a point. Let him burn! Seriously, would you expect him to say that about other things? Oh no, that guy is being mugged.
Oh well.
The Decepticons are killing a man.
Oh well.
My cat is stuck up a tree.
Oh well.
You sparkless bastard. So with that, the squishies tell Bulkhead that yes, Fowler is a moody so-and-so, but he still knows things that maybe they don't want the Decepticons knowing. So saving him is kind of a very important thing to do. So with the help of the brainchild Dexter, I mean the Raph, they quickly work out where to find Fowler so they can start their rescue. Inside the Nemesis, it would seem that Fowler has a way of talking to bad guys, which I gotta say is pretty freaking funny.
You treat all your guests this nice?
Any friend of the Autobots.
Autobot? That one of them coin-operated, wash-my-own-car places?
And though Starscream dismisses it at first, we all know it gets better from there. So outside the Nemesis now, and Bulkhead arrives with backup?
What's the plan?
Miko!
Oh, unwise.
You think? What was it that Ratchet said again?
They have no protective shell. If they get underfoot, they will go squish.
He wasn't kidding, you know. With Miko close to death, was saved by Bulkhead who beat the living scrap out of this drone. Dude, settle down, man. You only just met this girl and you're pulling this guy's guts out. Jeez. And we have Starscream torturing Fowler.
As I imagined, Energon and human nervous systems don't mix.
And so, our ending note, of course, Optimus Prime and Ratchet finally found Megatron. Sure took him a while.
I see you brought your trusty watchdog. I was certain he'd be convalescing in a scrapyard by now.
Why don't you invite him down here for a chat?
Megatron throws his Dark Energon shard, and Zombicons rise from the ground. Just gonna say this, I just love Optimus Prime's reaction to all this. Ratchet be like, and Optimus is like, lame. Come on, Prime, emote! That's the face I like, there you go. And thus, Megatron, with the power of the Dark Energon shard within his chest, controls the, Zombicons and attacks Ratchet and Optimus. Dramatic ending! So we are introduced to a new character. Agent William Fowler, one of which we only seen a small side of. Though we know from his personality there is plenty to develop on, he's sharp and snappy, but it's a persona he uses to do a job. For we see so many funny sides to him, it shows when he's dealing with Starscream by messing with him. Starscream has decided to put power in his own servos to impress Megatron by finding the location of the Autobot base. He might not have even considered doing anything if it wasn't for Fowler blurting out about the Autobot base on communications in the first place. Mind you, I don't think he thought Soundwave would be listening in. That cheeky troll! The children have shown to be a bit of a handful, most of all Miko, surprise surprise, not. Raph once again shining, and Jack, well, being Jack, and showing to be the most responsible. Though kinda was his idea to go get Miko back, so when Bulkhead have to worry about 3 children instead of just 1. Clever! But luckily, RC and Bumblebee will be joining them real soon. And lastly, Megatron's newfound power having us all hang on a cliff to await for the next part where everything is either gonna go really, really good or really, really bad. So like and subscribe for more content, and remember, by controlling the web, control the world and transmission. I smell like it. Oh, for crying out loud. I need to scream like a girl. I guess I am a girl. I'm child friendly.